Like discuss what we're gonna talk about.
I think we could just talk about whatever like comes up, we
Oh,
can
I mean,
include
I'm sorry. This is crazy.
it. Hi.
Hi, are we actually recording now? This
Yeah,
is okay. Do we want to? Do you want to do like introduction of like what we want to talk about, and then go from there?
sure. So we're talking today about sadism and masochism, the sadistic male gaze and why it's hot, and also why so the sadistic male gaze is one component, and then there's also the masochistic. I don't know if it's just like the feminine action of masochism. I don't know. Um, but mostly just the sadistic male gaze.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because
I think our
yeah,
title is like the sadistic male gaze, and yeah, on top of that, it's like why is that attractive to um I guess this the other, or why are we as people who are watched or under the gaze of that power structure, why are we, I guess, yeah, enamored by that?
yeah,
Okay. Well, I think that it would be good to sort of foreground that with defining the terms of what we were talking about.
yeah.
Mhm. But I can take a stab at that if you.
Okay.
So for me, I was interested in like the idea of the other and the gaze from how like Foucault had always spoke about it, which he speaks of it under the idea of the panopticon, and how a person in power and the person who gets to define like sight is usually like abstractly the white male gaze. And so at the center of this like power structure is the white man, and then everyone around the panopticon is under the oppression or under the gaze of the central tower. So um there is like, I guess, the dichotomy, or like, yeah, just the hierarchy of the person holding the gaze, and then the person who's subjected under the gaze. So yeah, there's that whole distinction, and so it doesn't actually make sense in a way to want to be attracted to that higher power, is what we're, I guess, discussing. Is like, why is it sometimes interesting when you are part of that like gaze to still sort of like want to continually be oppressed, or
Oppressed. The power structure. So it's, are we like having a debate? Are you more on the side of like it should not be, it should not be desired, and I'm more on the side of like, yes, I desire it. Is that like fair to say?
I think, yeah, maybe that would be easier to discuss because yeah, when you first mentioned it, I was very much like, wait, I don't think it's hot, because we're trying to go against that, like as a radical.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
okay.
It's good to see your face.
You too. I feel like we haven't actually seen each other IRL in like 10, 20 years. 10
Yeah,
years.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. What time? It's like 2024. I think I went there in like 2015. We're talking about
Yeah.
William, by the way,
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
the 20 or so people that are gonna watch this.
Yeah. So we
Um,
should, okay, go ahead.
yeah. So, wait, what were you gonna say?
Hold up. Do we want to go? Okay, this is me, my bad. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Yeah, okay. She, her. Okay. I don't know if we need to define it for the audience, but
Uh,
okay. Also, I think I vaguely remember on your Facebook that you have she, her.
oh, is it still she, her there?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, that's because, did I tell you? I mean, like, well, basically, like, I was actually like on hormones for a little bit in 2021. Like,
Okay.
I was like transitioning, but I realized that I'm like, I don't know, I'm not actually, I don't think I'm like, sorry. Okay, I don't think I'm like actually transgender. It's just that like I like, it's like fun to like put on makeup and stuff. Maybe I like could do drag or something in the future, like not like necessarily the like full on drag, but like I don't know, it was just a phase, but it's like he him now, so
Okay, okay. Um, yeah.
but
Okay,
yeah,
I feel like we need to can we like start the recording now?
okay.
So the meeting is 40 minutes, but we can just hop back on the thing.
Yeah. I can edit it too.
Okay, okay. I just want it to be like discussion, but also, okay, if we're gonna do like you are pro, like you think that the sadistic male gaze is hot, and then I'm just gonna try to like play devil's advocate, then yeah, I think that would be a lot more clear to discuss.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start again with being clear about the discussion, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, like I was gonna like you can introduce the premise of like you are pro the male gaze, and then I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm actually pro
Oh,
yeah.
I'm reintroducing the
Yeah.
premise. Okay, so today we're just gonna talk about the sadistic male gaze and um like being subjected to the gaze, being like the difference between being the subject and object of like a spectatorship. And I am more on the position, I'm more, I don't know, I just, because basically what prompted this discussion was yesterday we were talking on Instagram DMs and like we were discussing this
But
paper.
we're not just Instagram DM friends. But okay, anyway, go on.
Yeah. We were talking about, we were on like this, Angela sent me this paper about like pornography and horror films and melodramas. And then it somehow got to like discussing, there was a section in that paper that was about sadism and masochism. And so then I made a comment that I was like, I think we were just talking about the difference between sadism and masochism. And then like I just made a comment and I was like, I feel like the sadistic male gaze is hot. I think that's what happened. And then I disagree.
Yeah, I think I am just more like cautious to say that like the male gaze as it's been constructed through like history can be ever like something that's liberating to like the person that is under that gaze.
Mhm. Like
Yeah.
women.
Like I'm not going against um like plural males looking at men or sorry males looking at women or like the sort of like sexual act of that. I'm more against like the male gaze as a abstract idea
Yeah.
that's defined like male gaze capital male gaze because I think
Yeah.
individually, male can be different and like we can change the structures, but then um like inherently that male gaze is problematic.
Why is it like why wait, why is it like problematic, I guess? Or like what is the reasoning behind it being like oppressive? Why can't we derive pleasure from it?
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that if it's a passive looking, then it's never going to be by choice. I think that the problem for me is like the passivity of it. Because
Mhm.
we if a guy if the male gaze is the one that's active and able to move around and look at women as they please, and the women are just there as like, you know, a sedentary object, that does not seem very like, I guess, good to me. Um, it's
Because
only if
agency,
what?
because they don't have agency.
Yeah, there's no agency. But I guess if it's like, if you knowingly see someone looking at you and you continue to um like perform or like be a like show yourself in the open, I think that's an active choice by you. So I think then maybe it's not as um like what's the word? Like horrible or nefarious. I don't know. That's you know.
Like,
What-
yeah, oppressive.
Yeah, I think the problem where like the male gaze doesn't work for me is if they look at the woman as a like possessive thing that they can control.
Hmm. Because she talks about like, I don't know, a trigger warning. Should I put a trigger warning?
Mhm.
She talks about like rape in the paper and how I don't really remember.
I actually don't remember that part.
Maybe she doesn't. I don't remember.
I think she does. I mean, I believe you. Should we pull it up? Okay, I'm gonna control F. I do see it. It's on page 5. So she says on the bottom, feminist critics of pornography often evoke similar figures of sexual textual violence when describing the operation of this genre. Morgan's slogan, pornography is the theory and rape is the practice, is well known. Implicit in this slogan is the notion that women are the objectified victims of pornographic representations, and that the image of sexuality, ecstatic women, so important to the genre, is a celebration of female victimization and a prelude to female victimization in real life.
I don't know. Okay, so like I'm just gonna there's like so I watch porn. I don't know if you watch porn,
You want to?
but like I don't have like the bodily I'm not like bodily able to like come anymore. So I feel like I more just watch it for like emotional support or like anthropologically.
Wait, but how does it anthropologically if you can't actually finish?
I
That
just watch
seems
it out of interest like of like sex.
okay. Okay, I
Like I just
see.
watch it out of like interest, not necessarily out of like wanting to get like pleasure from it.
Mm.
Although but like basically like there's this one channel like I really like to watch and it's
Where are we going with this? Is this sadistic male? Is this related to the sadistic
yes
male
it
game?
is.
Okay. All right, go on.
Because I just feel like I need a more concrete example. Like
Let's go. Yes,
okay,
we're
so
here for
like basically it's called Guess Who X2 and it's just like this one I don't know if it's an autistic thing, but I just like to watch one channel on Pornhub. And like basically it's just like this straight couple. It's like this straight white couple. And it's like a guy and a girl. But I feel like this applies to like most all porn. It's just that like they're like an OnlyFans couple, so they're like a real couple. So I feel like they're like actually like in love. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
depends
like
on
I
the
like to
relationship.
imagine that.
I feel like they're actually like because it's just one couple. They're not. It's not like one of those OnlyFans people who like has sex with like a bunch of other people. It's just
Yeah.
like a couple. So like I feel like watching them have sex is like really realistic. It's not like in porn where they're like performing or something. I mean, obviously they're still performing because it's like porn. Like they know that they're in front of the camera. So
Yeah.
like there's always that element of like being watched. But I don't know.
Mm.
I just feel like it's realistic and like I feel like the guy in that porn is like really hot because like he doesn't like do much. But I feel like this is in most porns, like the guy like doesn't really like make sounds. It's usually
The
like
girl.
the girl is making sounds. And I feel like
Okay.
that's what she's talking about, like the when she says like the image of the sexually ecstatic woman that is so important is a celebration of female victimization and a prelude to female victimization in real life. So I feel like the sexually ecstatic woman or whatever, like the because it's always like the girl who's like moaning or whatever, but like the guy is like silent. So I feel like that's what's like sadistic about it because it's like it's usually the guy who's like inflicting the like pain or like pleasure, but usually
And then
it sounds painful. To me, it sounds kind of painful. Because it kind of sounds like she's crying a little bit. I don't
right.
know.
But then like for him it's like he is able to enact that onto her.
Yeah.
She is the one that's like
And for her,
reacting.
yeah, she's like reacting to it. And so like
Yeah.
for her, it's like masochism because she's like crying or it sounds like it. But like for him, it's like sadistic because he's the one that's like inflicting it. So I feel like it's like hot because like I don't know, like I don't want to sound like
I mean there is like,
I don't know.
what's that one like sexual BDSM or whatever? Like that is a thing.
But it's not
Uh
BDSM. It's like very vanilla, like white couple, like just ordinary, like seemingly sex.
Mhm. Interesting. No, what you said was really interesting.
I feel like
About
the
like
guy is always sadistic.
always
The
sadistic.
girl or whatever the feminine counterpart is always masochistic.
That is what she argues, I would say. Or actually no, she says that like ultimately her argument is not that porn is bad or horror. Like she's trying to make it complicated and say that like all subjectivity and objectivity can be flipped and it's not just a binary. And like she talks about um the let's see, something about like arriving on time for like the good porn.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah, like temporality of the fantasy. So like she's saying how like a successful porn that allows like, the viewer and the people in the pornography to like arrive at the fantasy at the right time. So it's like the idea of like everyone is orgasming at the same time, and that's like the satisfaction of watching it. And so that for herself, she says, is a non-sadomasochistic pornography attempts to posit the utopian fantasy of perfect temporal coincidence, a subject and object, or seducer and seduced, who meet one another on time and now in shared moments of mutual pleasure that is the special challenge of the genre to portray.
That's interesting because I feel like just based on like watching porn, because like I don't really know like my personal sex life, but like from watching straight porn, like it seems like for the guy, it's like the temporal thing is like different. Like for guys, it's like delayed because it's like the whole point is like they need to not like come so they like restrain themselves, while the girl is like supposed to be like coming throughout
She's like,
continually, continuously
please, that sounds exhausting.
from the porn that I've seen. Like the female pleasure is like throughout. So it's like they don't come at the same time because the guy has to like
But she's saying that utopian fantasy is
guy
when
has to
everybody.
control himself to like get the girl to come.
Mhm.
Technically they could come at the same time, but I feel like the guy is still like always like slightly after.
No, I feel like the guy is the one that finishes like the sex like act.
It
Like he's
depends
the one.
on the guy.
Yeah, it really does depend on the guy. I feel like
What about the
that's what.
girl's pleasure?
No, that's like I think that's the argument is that like that's why it's inherent like it's sadistic because it's the male who enacts the act and he's the one that receives the satisfaction. So she's saying like that I think that is inherently like sadistic, but then she's talking about the utopian side of it where people do arrive all at the same time. But I
Like the
also,
guy, oh,
huh?
like the guy and the porn or the guy and the girl?
Like guy and the girl generally speaking.
Like who finished at the same time? Like the guy in the porn or the guy and the girl in real life?
Oh, yeah, I'm saying like everyone, like
Everyone?
meta. But also I was gonna say something about like you mentioned how it's like the guy is the one enacting the, sadistic action. Um, I don't know if this is a little off topic, but when the author of the article that we're referring to, her name's Linda Williams, and I guess she's like a scholar in like visual culture studies and talks a lot about this type of like, you know, film that's not necessarily regarded as like high high art or like high film. So pornography being one of these, and also horror movies or like slasher films. And I think she ties like the male like and female objectivity really well in horror because she says like in that film called Halloween where the girl victim finally grabs the phallic knife or axe or chainsaw to turn the tables on the monster killer, that viewer identification shifts from an abject terror, gendered feminine, to an active power with bisexual components. And gender confused monster is foiled, often symbolically castrated by an androgynous final girl. In slasher films, identification with vic with victimization is a roller coaster ride of sadomasochistic thrills. I'm on page 7. So, like, I think this really ties together what you're saying about like how in a pornography the girl is always the one that's like screaming or like really evoking her emotions. So like in a horror film, in the same way, the girl victim is maybe the one that's like always like in terror and like screaming, but then it can flip. So like there is that like I guess liberation that I see where she grabs like it's like the phallic knife or like phallic weapon and is able to like become more of an active role. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that for me is where I guess the sadomasochism is like no longer just like gendered. Like it's not the male that enacts it, but it can be both genders.
Hmm. Yeah.
Also, I think it's interesting because you were talking about the pornography that you watch. Like for me, I used to watch there was this one, it was called like banana something, but it was like this like Spanish speaking couple. And I believe they were also like actually a couple, but at some reason I think they stopped posting on Pornhub because I don't think it's like as monetized as if they were just doing OnlyFans.
Oh,
So yeah, they no longer do it. But I do feel like I watch a lot where it's like I don't know if it's like where the girl is on top. I
uh,
do like that more because it seems like they're in control. Or like it just, like when like she's writing the guy versus like the guy is just like putting it in. Like I feel like that's a lot more just like pleasurable to watch. Um yeah.
that's what they do a lot in Guess Who X2 too.
Why is their handle called that?
I don't know. I think it's because it's like they don't show their faces, so it's like Guess
Oh,
Who.
they don't. Okay, yeah, that's also another thing. It's like I don't know how I feel about watching people who blur out their faces because then for me I feel a sense of like I really feel like I'm just objectifying them. But I feel like it's actually not like they're protecting themselves, so I should be happy for them. But in a way, I feel worse as a viewer because I'm like now I'm just really looking at them for their bodies and not like seeing them as an individual person.
I just more like identify with the sounds that they make. I
Then you
identify
can
with the sounds that
audio.
what?
Just listen to the audio. You don't have to watch it.
I mean, I still need to watch it like to know what's going on.
You can imagine.
Wait, why did you not like that tweet that said you everything that you need to know about a person you can know from their voice?
Because I hate my voice.
You do?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because I know I like get really nervous or like whenever I'm anxious, my voice is so shaky and like
Oh,
I feel like I cannot control the cadence or the volume of my voice. I feel like maybe that is like a very like neurodivergent thing, but I'm not sure. It's just like I've been told like you need to like you know
really?
and I literally don't even register that I was talking loudly. It was just because I was so anxious and like
Oh,
I react like almost the opposite of what I want to be.
okay. That's understandable then. Running out of time
But
already?
we have 10 minutes. Are you going to? I think it'd be really, I mean, if you want, I can also help edit, like including the excerpts that we're reading. I feel like that'd be cool.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like edit like screenshots?
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to edit it then?
Okay, I guess. Yeah, wait, we could do this thing where I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying it. We could do like weekly, bi-weekly, and then we can just switch off on like editing.
Okay.
And then we can post it as audio too, as a Spotify.
Do you know how to do that? Because I was looking it up.
Do we have to pay for it, I think?
You have to pay for it? I've
I
used
th
to be able to, I've done it before and it was free, but maybe it's not free anymore.
Oh, you can just like post on Spotify a new podcast.
Yeah, I think it was called Anchor.fm, but it
Okay,
might not
okay.
be a thing anymore.
Also, I would love the idea of like, um, if we're gonna do a podcast kind of thing, creating the visuals. That'd be really fun.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like when a podcast has like the album cover, I feel like we can.
Oh, like make a cover?
But I think the thing this as like a standstill project can just be the YouTube video as we had planned. We don't need to go too far.
Okay. Okay. Do you think we've like discussed enough or
I think we can go a little bit further. I don't think we've like I think it's
I don't think
been
we've
very
really
interesting.
touched on like why I think the sadistic male gaze is hot.
Well, I think we have actually discussed how it can be
We've like laid the groundwork.
I think now we've realized how like it can be like a utopian sadomasochistic fantasy.
If the girl like grabs the phallic knife.
Yeah. And if they all arrive on the same time.
I don't really agree with that though.
Wait, why? Because you think, I mean, that is a utopian thing. That's why it's utopian.
Because like I feel like just biologically like male and feminine orgasms are like not the same.
No, that's true. That's true.
Because for men it's just like one sudden like right?
You're right. You're right. But I feel like she's saying, like, in the utopian sense, like, everyone can be like, everyone can feel free to be pleasured. And, like, I think in the previous, like, sadistic pornography view, she's saying that the woman can never actually be, like, pleased because she's always subjected to this, like, um like the idea of like a fake orgasm or something,
Yeah.
like she's not the one that's actually receiving the pleasure.
Wait, I have a question. So like why is there only like you only ever hear about the male gaze, but what about the female gaze?
No, that's so true. Yeah, because there are some like intense, yeah, female cases as well. But I think, okay, not to I you know how like people say you can't there's no such thing as like white racism.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there is
because it's like,
a female gaze. So you don't
yeah.
believe in like female subjectivity?
No, I feel like female subjectivity is a powerful thing, but not when it's like viewed in a harmful, like, I guess not in the same way that the male subject gaze is, yeah, is already like given so much power. I think the female subjectivity always comes with like a
I
lack.
kind of agree. I kind of agree. I don't know, I feel like the gaze is like male. Like
It's
the
like,
gaze
what?
male.
Yeah. No, like the idea of the gaze starts with the male, and then anyone else who receives a little bit of it
I feel like
is
being
like,
perceived is like female. Because it's like how like I feel like only like gays and girls should be posting on Instagram because it's like only we should be being perceived. But if you're like a straight man, like you shouldn't be posting on Instagram because your job is to have a sadistic male gaze and be
oh,
lurking on our Instagrams.
wait, but okay, in a way, like that makes it more creepy though, because it's like then they really are just like they have the power to just see everything. But then people who are posting it, they do not have access to seeing who's watching or viewing the stories.
They can see you can see who's viewing your story, but you can't see who's viewing your post.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like I kind of disagree with that statement though, because like I think if you're an active watcher, then you also have to be an active poster or like an active. Wait, that's not true because like I guess with pornography, like not everyone needs to post. Um, but yeah, I guess Instagram is interesting because like it is reserved more for like the girls and the gays, and we are actively wanting the male gaze to look at it. Like that is why we're posting it inherently. So I think that is actually a little bit sadistic. Or is it
Not
sadistic?
for us.
It's masochistic, yeah. That I think that is actually what I would say is the like attractive, or I guess that's the submitting to the male gaze.
Yeah. Because if you can't change it, then you might as well just like, it's not like might as well. I just like actively think it's like, because like, I don't know if we should be diving into this, but like the, how should I refer to, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
The guy, like, he doesn't have any
Oh,
social media.
your personal
The
person.
more the specific example that I can, that like I'm basing all my like thoughts off of, basically.
Excuse me. Yeah. What about it?
He doesn't have social media. And I feel like a lot of like,
Or TikTok.
what?
TikTok.
What?
TikTok.
No, but he doesn't post anything.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that's the same for like a lot of like straight men, no?
Yeah,
They don't post
that's true.
anything.
I don't.
Like on Instagram,
No.
it's like no posts yet.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know if that's similar to like pornography because it's like
No, it's
that's
not.
not.
That's not
Yeah.
pornography. Like,
I'm not saying Instagram is pornography. I'm just saying like it's not the same gaze even because like
I think
I
so.
guess you think it's the same gaze.
It's the male gaze.
Um, but like no, but then Insta on Instagram, the girls have more agency because they're the ones posting it and like they have decision like you can choose to make it public or private. But like in pornography, I think it's more like like the interaction is already being posted. The Instagram, it's like you aren't really like the interactions is after it's posted.
Wait, what?
Like in pornography, it's like the relationship that's happening while it's being filmed. But in Instagram, it's more just like you're posting it, and then what's meaningful for you is how many interactions you receive after you post it.
Mhm.
It's like the after effects that's more important for the the person. But like in the girl in the pornography, like she probably doesn't really like yeah, she'll get some monetary gains, but especially if it's like okay, if we're gonna say the worst of pornography, like child porn, like the child does not receive anything out of that, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. But yeah, okay.
God. We can't just keep recording without warming up. I'm not editing this shit. Oh my
It's fine.
God. Okay, okay. Where were we? I think we ended at like a closing point.
Yeah.
What is another thing that we wanted to discuss regarding sadistic male gaze being not necessarily a bad thing?
I think we still haven't necessarily touched on like why it's hot.
No, we haven't.
I feel
So
like
can you
do you want me to
please?
explain it?
Yes.
Okay, let me think. I don't know how to explain it. I feel
Like
like,
what? Like, go ahead.
wait, say what you're gonna say.
What makes the male gaze hot to you?
Mm, maybe I just like being perceived.
By particularly a male.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, hmm. I don't know. I just like when I think specifically of like the guy, like I just like I
Are we
feel
okay with keeping those references in?
I don't think it matters.
Okay. Oh my gosh, is that your dog?
Where?
Oh, I thought you were picking up your dog.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ratchet!
Ratchet?
No.
Also, did you dye your hair red?
I dyed it like I just bleached it a little.
It
Does it
looks
look
red.
does
Yeah.
it's like
Like copper.
yeah, it's like copper.
Interesting. No, it looks good. Looks good.
No, okay, I feel like you know how in song lyrics, okay, how let's go with that. You know how in song lyrics they're always just like the way you look at me
Oh, yes.
or like the way that your eyes. I feel like that's like the gaze and like being perceived, like the way you look at me.
Hmm.
It
Yeah,
feels like, like you want someone to look at you that way
I see.
in like a loving way, which I feel
Yeah,
like the I feel like the rhetoric of calling it like the male gaze maybe like excludes like the idea of it possibly being like romantic or romanticized. But like, I don't know. I feel like to me, at least, not to me. I feel like it could be like interpreted as like a romantic thing. I don't know. What do you think? You seem to agree.
yeah, I think the male gaze can be um like they're I think in a way it's like yes, you are attractive to them. So it's like I guess a compliment, but like in a very shallow way because they don't know you. Um and I don't I feel like it could be more cynical though because like for the male, you don't know what exactly they are looking at you like they probably just want sex. But then for you, you're like, no, I feel like they might want to really get to know me, you know?
Hmm.
So those two perceptions are different. This reminded me of your like the film summary of Anon or whatever. Like
Honora.
when you said like, huh?
Honora.
Honora, yeah, Honora, where you said that you don't really know if there's a distinction between love or lust. I was like, you know what? In some ways, that's kind of true, especially under like the male gaze. I don't know if that's where you took it, but like, yeah, especially in like watching pornography, there is really no distinction between love and lust. Um, and that can just be an observation. It doesn't have to be like a criticism. That's just the state that we're in.
You mean like currently or like for like as like currently?
In society,
Is
there's no
that?
distinction between love or lust.
Oh. How
Is
often
that,
do you
how often do I what?
how often do you watch porn?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna keep this in.
Okay.
Or you
Never
can't.
mind.
No, it really depends. I think it's just like when I was on like Lexapro and stuff and like all that, I actually watched porn more regularly then. Because I was like so depressed that I feel like I don't know. In some ways, it kind of probably contributed to my depression, but then like in a like I kind of needed that like instant hit to get out of that other depression.
You want me to edit
Uh,
this part out?
sorry.
You want me to edit this part out?
And it doesn't, whatever, it's fine, whatever. Depends on where we're sharing these too. Also, it's probably gonna be so long that like whoever actually watches it, like good for them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I think that like my watching was definitely like it was attributed to like cravings that I had. I never actually watch porn when I'm like fantasizing about someone else. Like then I actually don't need porn. Like if I have someone to crush over, I don't need it because I'm just like I'm like at I guess like my own fantasy world. But like when it's like very dull and like I just wake up, there's like nothing really for me to imagine, then I really need to have like that physical like instant reminder that there can be something.
Um, I was just wondering because like I was just wondering like what kind of like what context
Am
you're
I coming?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I would say it's like, once or twice a week. But before I was watching it like twice a day.
really?
Yeah. What's wrong? Now I'm like, is there no, when I talked to my therapist about this, he's like, that's fine. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, what? Now I'm
That seems
feeling, huh?
nothing, nothing, nothing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Um,
But I feel like that's part of my personality. Like I can be very intense all the time, but I also can be very chill. Like I fluctuate. I can never be consistent.
wait, is this like your dorm or are you like living in an
I'm in
apartment?
a row house, so it's my room.
What's a row house?
Like I live with four other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Looks nice.
It's okay. Very small, but yes.
You
Your
like
skin got a lot better.
it got better since when? Like
I
compared to when?
I don't even know. I don't think we've ever really like FaceTimed or video. We used to. I think we called mostly. We
Oh,
called when you were like taking cigarette breaks of
oh,
that job.
really?
Remember that? Oh my God. I remember when I was like on the phone that day when you literally just quit the job.
Oh my God. I shouldn't
Was
have
it
done
like
that. What?
it was accounting?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were getting certificates for accounting, and I was like, oh my God.
I
You worked out. I was like, okay,
just
good.
like stayed at that job and like paid off my car and like walked around, but now I can't even walk, so it's really sad. But now I have more time to like do random stuff like
Are you
this.
doing PT or anything?
I was doing it for a while, but like I don't think it's worth I don't really think
Because you just don't want to be able to easily walk
I
forever.
wish I could, but like I don't know if I can because it's like a nerve thing.
Oh, well, I think isn't that like you can do yeah, you can I mean, I'm not any physician, but is it hurt? Is it like a gnawing pain? Okay, good.
There's no
But
pain.
it's
Like I can't walk. I can't stand like without holding on to something.
oh my gosh. Both wait, where is the nerve pain? Is it on your hip? Why is
No,
there
I don't
that
have
pain?
nerve pain. I just broke my spine like below. It's called like L1 to L3.
Oh my gosh, David.
I don't
Well, I guess it's recoverable,
know.
right? No? No?
I don't know. Well, the doctor said like it was supposed to take like 6 to 18 months
Okay.
to be able to start walking again, but it's like been more than that. I don't know. Also, like I haven't really been trying, but like I can't even like move my feet like at all because like my like brain is just like not connected.
Yeah. Whoa. I had no idea that it was like I thought it was just like an injury. I didn't know it was like a from a
I broke my
spine.
spine.
Okay.
Yeah. The worst thing about it is like when you sit a lot, like you develop like pressure sores, like ulcers. So I have like you develop like a wound. So I have like this wound like on my butt and it's like taking forever to close.
Oh, like it's like bleeding?
It was bleeding, but like
Oh my
it's just like
gosh.
an open like thing. It's really gross.
So is it basically like a bed sore?
Yeah,
Because you can't move. You have to like remind yourself to move.
yeah.
Oh my
I feel like
God.
that's masochistic.
Stop. Stop. No, we're not. That's horrible.
I feel like I'm masochistic.
Um, no, because you didn't like purposely do this. I guess it's like you could be doing more PT, but that also is like a huge lifestyle change.
What do you mean I didn't purposely like get a bed sore?
Yeah, you didn't purposely get injured like that. I doubt like that's not something you
I
may like.
did. I
Oh, I
made
see.
the choice to like I didn't get into an accident.
Okay, I
I like
see.
chose to like really bad decision.
Like a low. um,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am here for you always.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that we reconnected. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are
I'm
you
mm,
what?
I'm keeping all of this in.
No. Ugh.
What?
Also, like,
What is that?
Angela, I don't support McDonald's. I literally don't. I just want to say that.
McDonald's is so expensive now.
Well, also they like pay for war bonds and horrible stuff. But yes, they had the collab with Crocs and it's like a keychain. Um, yeah. Well, I also, not to be a mom, you I'm I don't want you to get more bed sore or whatever they're called, ulcers,
Pressure sores.
pressure sores. That sounds fucking painful.
No, it's not painful. It's just really fucking annoying. Like,
Well, you can probably get an infection if you don't treat it well.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's like a whole series of things that like add
it's
up.
not closing. I'm really worried. Like, what if it never closes? It's been like a year and a half that I've had it.
Do you put like lotion on it?
My mom like changes the bandages like
Yeah,
three or 4 times a day.
that's good.
Yeah.
Ai. Huang. Do I don't know like
So,
well. Okay. I feel like we didn't really talk much about the I feel like I'm still not satisfied with the we never really got into the part.
the what part?
Debate part.
I know. I feel like we kind of just like discussed around it, but like we never really. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was listening to some of our conversation and I feel like it was kind of interesting. I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be interesting for other I honestly feel like people will just be interested in like why how many times we're watching porn. Which I don't know if I want to share to the broader Instagram people that I
I don't think we're
also,
gonna,
huh?
huh? Go on.
I was gonna say, like, why is it such like a weird thing for like women to say that to admit that they watch porn and like everyone just assumes that men watch porn? Like I just feel like that's so weird.
No, I don't think it's weird.
No, because it's like I I feel like I've
You need the
always looked
female gaze.
okay.
You have a gaze.
I do have a gaze. No, I remember as a kid, like I was so horny, and I just feel like I am just horny as an individual. Like that's just me.
I used to.
Uh, yeah. So
Well,
I don't know. I feel like as a woman, that's like really like looked down upon. But then for men, they're like, oh my gosh, you have to control it. Like they just like take it for granted that you're like always horny. But like for women, they're like, oh, like there's no way like she wants to like have sex more than like twice or like once a day or something like that. I'm like,
twice
what? Like,
a day.
what do you?
Twice a day.
Well, I am like so sex deprived. I mean, also like I don't want to have sex right now. I'm like right now not interested in anyone, but
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to like make fun.
no, I'm just saying like yeah, there's definitely a shame factor for the female gaze and like people assuming that it's not like they almost want it to not be as powerful as the male gaze. Like they're like you like yes, there can be a subjectivity for women, but it better not be any more powerful. And at the same time, they're critiquing the male gaze. So we're just trying to like dumb down the male gaze, and then we're trying to like basically say like this the female gaze is like basically not important enough to even like constrain.
Hmm. Okay.
But maybe that's good. It's good to like not have people assuming that females are just as like horny as men. Because okay, yeah, maybe it's for the majority. I don't like stereotypes of like gendering and stuff, but like okay, let that be the convention, and then we, you know, females can just do what they want. Um, yeah,
So you're saying people assume that like men are hornier than women?
yeah,
Oh.
and they're like sexually more violent. Did you see that one documentary on Netflix that was like I Can Type or whatever? It was really interesting, but also like really weird.
What's it about?
Let me find the title so we can cite it in the recording. Women. uh, Okay, it's called Tell Them You Love Me, and it's about this woman who is like a speech therapist. Her name's Anna Stubblefield, and she has like one-on-one like speech therapy consultations with this black man named Derek Johnson. He's non-speaking, like he's always been nonverbal, and he has like cerebral palsy, which are basically like he is like mentally like disabled. Like he actually like has like no like his parents testify like they've never heard him speak a coherent thought. And then she goes on to like have this like teaching relationship with him for like a few years, and they use this device where I forgot what it's called, but it's like used in some speech therapy, I guess, where they can have a consultant help you type what you're actually saying. And she was like, he's confessing that he loves me. He confesses that we have a special connection, and they eventually have sex.
What? The
Yeah,
therapist?
the therapist and the non-speaking
Okay, go on.
non-verbal.
This is a documentary?
You know, it's a real thing. You should read it or you should watch it. It's
Isn't
called
that
Tell Them You Love Me.
unethical?
What's up?
Isn't that like unethical?
Oh yeah, no, that's why this whole thing was really horrible. Like she was literally facing jail sentences.
Oh.
Parents were like, "This is horrible. It's a crime, whatever." Or not her parents, his parents. Where did I go for this? Oh yeah, because it's like I think because she was a female, I think that definitely played a role in it because she was actually like not given that. I think she was really let off easy. And then if you think about also not even speaking about the female, but it's like a white woman and a black man, you know,
Yeah.
versus if you think about the flipped what if it were flipped? It was a black man and a white woman. So yeah, there was a lot in that. And also like um, you know, back when like I guess the rate like slavery and everything was just like like it was 19th century and 18th. Oh my God, please don't. I'm so bad at this. But like white women would just say like, "Oh my gosh, I saw this black man looking at me." And then they would instantly like lynch the black man. Like a lot of those cases. So like yeah, that is horrible too. So it's like kind of using the idea of the gays in an e even more malevolent um like malicious way.
But then yeah, okay. Yeah.
I feel like the section, what do you think? I don't even know if we talked about anything really.
Hmm.
What do you think about this section of the recording?
I feel like we're more just like chatting about like our personal lives.
No, but we try. Uh,
Can I include it though?
of course, you can include it.
Because
I what?
I'm just not gonna really edit it.
Honestly, that's probably safer
What do you mean?
because I just don't trust if we cut into moments where there's like actual things said all the time. Like I don't want to hear all of that.
Okay.
Like I want people to just like ease their way into it and like, sort of have like a self-selecting crowd of people who want to listen to it. Um, we never really mentioned, okay, the title of the article that we are discussing is called,
I can link it in the description.
oh yeah, we are all
Send me the
for
link.
like free academic um, sourcing. It's called Film Bodies, Gender, Genre, and Access. It was published in 2000, or no, it was published in 1991. It's pretty old. I
Down.
I can't imagine pornography being that prevalent in 1990. What maybe? I mean, like I feel like it was more like Playboy magazines and stuff. Because like I don't think film was that advanced, and they didn't have phone cameras. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they still had like videos, like VHS.
VHS pornography?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, you could go and buy that?
Like rental,
Oh,
like
I
video.
did not know. You can go out and rent pornography?
Yeah. Have you never seen
Well,
500 Views Summer?
I've seen it, but I do not remember that section. Interesting.
They like go to a bookstore and then there's like an adult section and then they watch the like shower sex porn video from the store.
I don't remember that. But I think that in some ways it's, I guess, more regulated in that way because it's like, but then it's like you're not able to, like, people who are creating it can't produce it because they have to get it through.
Yeah, they didn't have OnlyFans, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Julio.
Okay. I don't know.
Thanks.
I feel like this is why I want to do creative writing because I feel like it's really hard to like make myself understood, especially on like topics like these. I feel like with like poetry or fiction, it's like you can reach like a shadow of like what you're trying to like convey.
Well, also you could just have like friends and group therapy, and that's also fine.
I
But
don't really
I think,
talk in group therapy though.
oh, right, you don't talk.
And like
But
they're
okay,
they're
huh?
mostly like classes. Like they usually just like have like a handout and then we just go over the handout. and it's like basic things like like how to deal with social anxiety. I mean, every so often there's like a line or two in like one of the handouts. I'm like, yes, this is relatable, but like a lot of the time I'm like, oh no, this is not that helpful.
Mm.
It's not
I
helpful.
mean, I think it's also just the fact that you're showing up. That's what always is like 50% of
Oh,
it.
okay, okay.
It's like you're making the effort, you're showing up to do something to improve, yeah, emotional and mental health. Um, I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh yeah, like with writing and stuff, I feel actually kind of selfish because I don't think I'm only writing because I need to like feel known or like get like all these like shadows or alternative individuality. Like I just want my like name to be known. Like I feel like it's there's something about like publishing it, which is like so egotistical, but sadly I think that's like the point. It's like I don't think I would ever self-publish because then it's like like not validating enough. Like I want people to like think that I'm a good writer or whatever but that's like so stupid because like I just feel like that's
Are you
just a
planning
little
like publish by the end of the MFA?
I don't think I'll be published by then. Also, I've heard that like you don't want to just like agree to the first person that accepts your publication because then you might be like signing a deal for like the next 3 years and you never know like what they're gonna because they might like run short or like sell you short because a lot of people take advantage if you're like not published before.
Oh,
Yeah, so you kind of want to like play your game well because you like your first book really affects how you're like perceived, you know.
yeah. There's 6 minutes left. I feel like we
Mm.
didn't even talk about anything,
But
whatever,
we did.
whatsoever.
We did. Okay, well, follow. Oh, can you do the following? Whatever.
What?
Subscribe.
Wait, what? I can't hear.
Follow.
Oh, if thanks for watching for this long, if you made it this far, I feel like if you made it this far, like make a comment down below. Um, like and subscribe. I'll put Angela's socials or her Instagram. Do you have any other like you don't have Twitter?
That TikTok, but no.
Okay, I'll just put your Instagram in the description. And I'll put the link to the. Can you send me the like actual link to the article? You have a link.
Yes, I have it. Yeah.
I'll put the link to the article in the description down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Um, okay. Is that it?
Yeah. Thanks for watching as well. Bye.
Bye.